Thank you, audience. You may be seated. I take it back. We're going to be standing here in just a minute.
Good afternoon. I am Enrique Martinez Cordova. As we say the pledge, we remember Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on January 20th, 1986. We celebrate his birthday for the first time as a national holiday. Dr. King was the leader of the modern civil rights movement, espousing nonviolent civil disobedience as the way of challenging and championing oppression and justice in American society. Though Dr. King was murdered by assassin's bullet on April 4th, 1968, his dream of America for all Americans lived on in each of us today. Please join me on our pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now the Texas Pledge.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please remain standing for our national anthem. Thank you, Enrique. Good afternoon, students, parents, families, friends, and distinguished guests. I am Martin Conradi, your principal of Genesis High School. Welcome to our winter commencement exercises and the formal recognition of the milestone these graduates have achieved. We are most proud. Buenos tardes, alumnos, padres, familias, amigos y distinguidos invitados. Soy Martin Conradi, el director de Genesis High School. Bienvenidos a la recepción de invierno y el reconocimiento formal del logro que estos graduados han alcanzado. Nos sentimos muy orgullosos. Please help me in recognizing our distinguished guests, our school board members. President of the school board, Mr. Billy Moore. Mr. Ashley Muchink. Dr. Matthew Mix. Mrs. Molly McClure. Our superintendent of schools, Mr. Barry Edwards. Our deputy superintendent, Dr. Christy Lee. Dr. Matt Warford, our associate superintendent of curriculum and instruction. Dina Edgar, our chief financial officer. Panay Leifer, our associate superintendent of human resources. And I saw out in our audience, Miss Crystal Gabriel, who is the principal of Bastrop High School, is here, as is the associate at Bastrop High School, Tiffany Pearson. Ms. Casey Stagman is the principal of Cedar Creek High School, and I don't know if she's out there in the audience or not. Welcome. Graduates of Genesis High School are bound by the requirements set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the State Board of Education. Our graduates enter the workforce and military, and many pursue post-secondary educational opportunities. I applaud each of our graduates for demonstrating the will to succeed. To date, the Genesis High School class of 2023 numbers 51. At this time, special recognition is in order for several of our students. Genesis High School endeavors to prepare our students for the transition to post-secondary education opportunities. The Texas Success Initiative, or TSI, is the test that students must take and pass in order to enroll in college-level courses at community and junior colleges and universities throughout this state. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing as we acknowledge your accomplishment. College ready in reading and writing, Nadia Garcia. Nadia, please stand. All right, I guess she's going to be shy. There she is. And keep standing. As we speak about college readiness, we have 4 students who have passed all sections of the TSI exam and are TSI compliant in reading, writing, and mathematics. They are Kyler Brown, Nathan Stewart, Tulsa Griffin, and Riker Willenberg. Thank you, students. You may be seated. This fall, we also have 5 students graduating who have already matriculated into Austin Community College and have earned at least 6 hours of college credit. Students, as I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Kyler Brown. Nathan Stewart. You can kind of see a pattern here. Once we get the kids TSI compliant, they do very, very well up at Austin Community College. Tulsa Griffin, Riker Willenberg, and Nadia Garcia. Thank you, students. Genesis High School students have the opportunity to graduate on the Foundation High School program with endorsements. We have 2 students this semester who have graduated with an endorsement, and I'd like both young men to stand. Riker Willenberg, Multidisciplinary Studies, and Nathan Stewart, Multidisciplinary Studies. Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Edwards, Mr. Moore, and members of the board, as the principal of Genesis High School, I certify these students receiving their diplomas today have fulfilled all of the requirements set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Bastrop Independent School District for graduation from high school. At this time, Mr. Edwards and the Board of Trustees will present each student their Genesis High School diploma.
Alexis Nicole Eves. Jalea Akaria Lee. Enrique Martinez Cordoba. Jorge Jimenez Morales. Jimmy Esquivel. Jeremy Mark Gonzalez, Jr. Jacob Martinez. Joe Anthony Flores. Lauren Allison Page Webster. Kylie Joe Irvin. Rose Mary Salazar. Kevin Michael Burrell. Angie Destiny Lopez. Juana Calderon Rivera. Kimberly Guadalupe Rogel. Victoria K. Lively. Jenny Jasmine Nunez Galeas. Eleazar Olmeda Hasso, Jr. Daniel Garza. Kyler Ray Brown. Aiden Sepulveda. Colin Tyrone Murley. Tanya Lisbeth Rivera Monjes. Jesus Hernandez. Nicholas Hernandez Godinez. Vanessa Delgado Villalpando. Samantha Lopez. Carolina Estrada. Ariel Marie Guajardo. Nadia Danielle Garcia. Julian Jacob Aceves. Julio Josue Figueroa. Josue. Melanie Jaramillo. Brianna Lynn Vasquez. Riker Ray Willenberg. Nathan Andrew Stewart. Ayla Rain Stathis. Isaac Macbeth. Austin Lee Burgess. Isaac Carrera Torres. Berner David Jr. Hernandez Sanchez. Abril Vasquez Mancia. Alexander Ernesto Kesles. Aaron Lee Potts, Jr. Hugo Ivan Lopez Soto. Billy Vasquez Pacheco. Jose Alfredo Rios. Yesenia Alexandra Santiago Figueroa. Jose Antonio Del Rio. Juan Carlos Solano, Jr. John Henry Martinez.
Parents, family, friends, and loved ones, on behalf of the administration, the faculty, and staff of the Bastrop Independent School District, I am pleased and honored to recognize the class of 2023 Genesis High School. You may now move your tassels to the left. Congratulations, graduates.
Graduates, congratulations on your first step. Today's graduation is my 20th as the principal of Genesis High School. And though I truly appreciate being a principal, at heart, I'm an old history teacher. And I have one last lesson for my graduates today. We began today's commencement by remembering the first national celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. As you contemplate your accomplishments and you plan for your future, I'd like you to remember Dr. Martin Luther King and what he means to us, to the United States of America. On April 12, 1963, Dr. King and other leaders of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, King's civil rights organization, were arrested and jailed in Birmingham, Alabama. They were in Birmingham for an organized boycott of the local merchants and their stores during the Easter holiday. The Southern Christian Leadership Conference and the Alabama Christian Movement for Human Rights knew that a coordinated, massive boycott of Birmingham's economy would put tremendous pressure on Alabama to end segregation, the moral evil of separating African Americans from whites and making African Americans second-class citizens. Why Birmingham, Alabama? Well, Alabama in 1963 was the epicenter of segregation and white supremacist beliefs. The famous photographs documenting the use of water cannons and attack dogs on children and young adults, photographs that galvanized the nation's resolve to end the moral evil of segregation, these photographs came from Birmingham. Birmingham was a tremendous risk for Dr. King. As I noted earlier, Dr. King was jailed, and during his imprisonment, he penned an open letter to the people of the United States. This letter, entitled Letter from Birmingham Jail, has become a political statement of such importance to us today that it is regarded as the most important document of the civil rights era. Here is what Dr. King had to say in it. I wish you had commended the African American sit-inners and demonstrators of Birmingham for their sublime courage, their willingness to suffer, and their amazing discipline in the midst of great provocation. One day, the South will recognize its real heroes. They will be the James Merediths with the noble sense of purpose that enables them to face jeering and hostile mobs, and with the agonizing loneliness that characterizes the life of the pioneer. They will be old, oppressed, battered African-American women, symbolized in a 72-year-old woman in Montgomery, Alabama, who rose up with a sense of dignity and with her people decided not to ride segregated buses, and who responded with ungrammatical profundity to one who inquired about her weariness. My feet is tired, but my soul is at rest. They will be the young high school and college students and young ministers of the gospel, and a host of their elders courageously and nonviolently sitting in at lunch counters and willingly going to jail for conscience sake. One day, the South will know that when these disinherited children of God sat down at lunch counters, they were in reality standing up for what is best in the American dream and for the most sacred values in our Judeo-Christian heritage, thereby bringing our nation back to those great wells of democracy which were dug deep by the Founding Fathers in their formulation of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. And this, graduates, is Dr. King's challenge to us, to you and to me. We must always stand up for what is right, and we must not forget our shared history. And to do this, we must be courageous. For it takes great courage to extend the American dream and our sacred values to all people in the United States. You are 17, 18, and 19 years old. You sit on the brink of the rest of your life. You are graduating from high school. For the first time in the last 15 years, no one, not your parents or the state of Texas, can tell you what to do or where to be. You are, in fact, free. Most times, you all clap at that. So the fact that nobody can tell you what to do or where to be anymore, it puts a burden on me insofar as what wisdom I could possibly bestow on you at this point. In addition to the words of Dr. King, which I beg you not to forget, I'll turn to the business world for inspiration. In his speech to the graduating class of 2005 at Stanford University, Steve Jobs, and you know who he is. He was the founder of Apple Corporation, Apple Computers. Steve Jobs observed, these are his words, "Death is very likely the single best invention of life. It's life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new. Right now, the new is you. But someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and be cleared away." Sorry to be so dramatic, but it's quite true. Graduates, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. It's your life, not your mom's or your grandpa's or your teacher's. It's yours. What will you do with it in the time that you have? Ultimately, each of you will seek to establish a career for yourself and your family. Some of you will gravitate towards further schooling in trade schools, colleges, and universities. The pathway to a career might point some of you to the military or directly into the workforce. As you make these most important decisions of your future, I want you to remember the words of another guy that I like, Steve Plank. He was a very successful businessman. He was associate professor at Stanford University and lecturer at the University of California in Berkeley. And he's also an innovator. He's fond of reminding us, and these are Planck's words here. People talk about getting lucky breaks in their careers. Planck says, "I'm living proof that the lucky breaks theory is simply wrong. There's no such thing as a lucky break. You get to make your own luck. The world is run by those who show up, not by those who wait to be asked." So, graduates, show up and make yourself what you're intended to be. And when the showing up gets difficult, Denzel Washington, in his address to Dillard University class of 2015, stated, fail big. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. I try to give myself a goal every day. And is money the key to success? Denzel Washington went on to say, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. I don't care how much money you make, you can't take it with you. It's not how much you have, it's what you do with it. While you're on your knees in the morning, say thank you. Say thank you in advance for what is already yours. True desire in the heart of anything good is God's proof to you sent beforehand that it's already yours. When you get it, reach back, pull someone else up. Each one teach one. Don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. Graduates, listen to and hear King and find courage to stand up for what is right. I cannot think of any better advice as you walk across the threshold today. As you endeavor to show up in life and create your future, please remember those teachers who have made a difference in your life. Thank you, Ms. De Leon. Ms. Rofel. Ms. Ackland. Ms. Zoda. Ms. Sturka. Mr. Perez. Mr. Whale. And Ms. Lopez Robles. And of course, we need to thank Ms. Parks and Ms. Morales. Ms. Adams and I would also like to thank the staff of the PAC, Mr. Barry Edwards, Board of Trustees. Thank you for your participation today. Congratulations, Genesis High School class of 2023.